So my house is kind of a mess right now. We just kind of moved back from my grandma's, and then we went on a little trip, so we just have like a lot to unpack and organize, so that's what I'm going to try to do today. However, we are dog sitting for my mom, so there's 2 dogs in here, and then also the baby woke up at she woke up at 3 a.m. and she would not go back to sleep until I think she went back to sleep around like 5 a.m. So we're not well rested. So I'm gonna drink my mud and read my Bible a little bit, and then we're just gonna see what we get through. We might get no cleaning done, or we might clean the whole house today. We'll see. And then we might be meeting some friends for dinner park picnic tonight, which would be really fun. I think we will. What are you doing? It's okay, love. We have not changed this board in forever. It's like our prayer requests slash things that we're like praying for, and then at the bottom it's like our weekly verse, but it has been so long since we changed it, so our weekly verse has been basically our monthly verse. So I'm gonna clean that real quick and kind of just give it a refresh. And then this is like right inside of our bedroom, and this is like what we are having for dinner every day, and then like any other random thoughts about if we're having someone over, or I don't know, if I have any like meetings, I'll put that on there, whatever. So anyways, we're just gonna change this because it's definitely time for a refresh. So this week is going to be real fun because we are going to try to do a no spend week. There are a couple caveats. Ariel's coworkers, they're Vietnamese, and they made this like awesome pork belly thing for everyone to share, and like you pitch in. So of course he's going to do that because wonderful food, but also like it's a part of his community there. So that, I don't know exactly what that's going to cost. I'll explain like everything that we spend at the end of the week, because I'm sure there will be other caveats. The other thing that I know that we're gonna probably spend money on, even though it's a no spend week, is we're gonna have friends over at the end of the week we're gonna have friends over from Friday to like Saturday night, so we'll probably have to buy some things. I think we have like hamburger stuff in the freezer, so we'll just have to get like some toppings and like drinks and stuff, but that will definitely be some kind of expense. However, if you wait until you have a week that like you know you're not going to spend anything, it's just not going to happen, especially for us. So this week is better than next week because we have more stuff planned next week. So we're just going to try to do our absolute best to only buy things that are like absolutely necessary for hosting purposes or for community purposes. Not crazy strict, but I'm going to shop our pantry and I'm going to shop our fridge. I'm going to shop our freezer, and that's really all that we're going to do. We're not going to go grocery shopping, hopefully. So I'll keep you updated because I've never done this before, not for a full week. So we're gonna try to be really creative on like our meals for the week based on what I find in the pantry and freezer. So yeah. Update to our no spend week. We've been doing really well. The first night we made chicken and rice because we had some chicken in the fridge, and then yesterday we had a tofu protein pasta. It was okay. It was not whoa. It was not thrilling, but it's okay. That's kind of the point of this week, is like not having all the luxuries that we normally have. But it's been enjoyable, and we've been a little more creative, which is fun. I think Ariel's gonna need an oil change this week, which is bad timing, but that's okay. We gotta do the essentials, you know. Sorry I haven't shown you any of the dinners that I've been whipping up or anything. It's just been a crazy week, so, like, a good week, and not super, super busy. But, like, lots to check off the list, and my daughter's playing the piano. But anyways, the sink is clean. It's, like, never clean, like, fully clean. Not for long, at least. And it has been for, like, a little while. So, that's exciting. My mom and my stepdad just got back from their trip to Mexico, so we have a free babysitter again, and we also have just people to hang out with, because you can't really go anywhere. If you go anywhere, it costs money, unless you go to like the park and it's super hot, so you have to wait till the evening or like the early mornings. So anyways, we haven't spent any money yet. His coworkers said not to worry about paying him back for lunch, so that's crazy. Very sweet of them. So we really might not spend anything except for the oil change money this week, and that we're supposed to be hosting. We might buy some things because they have allergies. Pretty bad allergies, food allergies, so I can't just like whip something up. But other than that, we're rolling. We're doing really well. There's a couple things I probably would buy, or like would have ordered, if we weren't doing a no spend week. So self-control for sure. But I'm just kind of making mental note of them. So far, it's just like a protein powder, because sometimes I don't want to eat lunch, or I forget to eat lunch, and I could just whip up like a protein smoothie. And then the other thing is like this natural pest control stuff that was recommended in a podcast, because we have a lot of ants. So we'll see. Peppermint oil has been okay, but I don't know, I feel like this might be better. Global, the world, but they're Glow bowls. It's literally just like a garlic rice with ground beef with sweet potato and cauliflower and kale. What else? Oh, and black beans. I think that was it though. And then we just had like the Cava tahini sauce. Very good. Mostly really clean sauce too. So we had that. And then I think I topped it with like sesame seeds. So super easy dinner. I love just like a throw it all in one bowl kind of situation. Feels a lot easier. Less dishes typically. So that's what we had last night. We had ground beef in the freezer, so in the very back. So tonight we're gonna have something with ground beef because there's one more packet. So I don't know. I think we're gonna try to do something like a Korean ground beef over rice. I think that sounds good. I don't know how well it'll turn out, but it's just been so forgiving this week of like, well, if it doesn't taste good, it's because we couldn't get those supplemental things that you would put on top or go with it. And it's been really nice to just blame it on that, even though it's probably my lack of cooking ability. It's been a blessing to be really creative and experiment with things. And then clear out our freezer a little bit and our pantry. So I actually did place a order late last night for burger stuff and and nacho stuff because our friends are coming for sure. And they're gonna spend the night with us Friday night and then probably Saturday night, even though we're leaving for out of town Sunday morning. So we're gonna probably do the nachos and the burgers. And then either go out for a lunch or a dinner or make it work with things that we have here. Or like leftovers. So we'll see. I think we have enough stuff for burgers for 2 days. But you never know how hungry people are. So I did spend like a lot of money. I spent $160 about on all of the meats, breads, cheeses, toppings, chips, all the things for nachos and burgers for 4 people plus extra, just in case. And then I also bought, which is probably, other than the meat, the most expensive thing is I bought a bunch of stuff to make juice. Because we have a juicer and we haven't juiced anything in a while. Like, it's been quite a while. Because juicing is so expensive, like, fruit is so expensive, especially organic fruit, which we prefer. So we figured we're having guests, let's make juice. Like, that feels like a very refreshing thing to offer our guests. And then we were also inspired because my parents just got back from Mexico and their resort had this like juice bar where you could choose like, do you want to cleanse? Do you want glowing skin? Do you want to have weight loss? Like all these things, and you could choose and they would make you a juice on the spot. And they're coming over to our RV, so it's not like a fancy resort. But I feel like that was just like the touch that we needed of like making it a little more fancy. So spent $160. But I also bought like mineral water and a couple other random things. But that's all we've spent this week. And then, yeah, earlier today I actually did spend money online. I haven't left the house, so no gas, no nothing. But I did spend about $20 on some Primally Pure deodorant, the bigger one, only because we're leaving for Oregon in a couple weeks, and we don't have any deodorant except for the deodorant that I can make, which is mostly like a liquid that you rub on, which is not everyone's jam, but it saves us money, and it is very clean ingredients. So I'm not really sure that would go through TSA. Like, I'm sure a small portion would, but I don't know how to pack it, because right now it's kind of just like in a bowl. at the top of our like medicine cabinet. So bought us some deodorant. We love Primally Pure. It's just very expensive. So only for trips and things. So we did spend that. So it's probably about $180 for the week that we've spent so far. Tomorrow is Friday and that's the last day. But I'm not going anywhere. So unless Ariel needs to get gas, that's what we've spent for a no spend week. Which is more than we had hoped, but also we knew, like, we're having people over. But there's no good week to do a no-spend week, so anyway. Also, I had these left over from last week's grocery haul, and they're organic Turkish apricots. The baby is looking at me. She wants some because it's plastic, that's why. But these are incredible. I feel like they satiate my sweet tooth without being too, like, well, they're not time consuming at all because they're just what they are. But then also, like, I could just have 1 or 2 of these instead of making, like, cookies or whatever. And it's 1 ingredient. So, anyways, that's just felt like kind of like a life hack. Like when I want a sweet, instead of making something sweet or eating something terrible for me. Turkish apricots. We've named her Marsha, but we're not sure if she's really a girl. So, if not, her name will be Marshall. Or his name, I guess. Okay, so here's the coolest thing ever, is our first real zinnia. We had some, like, small... Oh, look how beautiful. That's our, like, first real one of the season, which I know is super late. And then we have 2 sunflowers that are kind of dying. But they were beautiful, and then 1 is blooming again, so that's fun. And then we actually have 2 flowers on the zucchini plant. I don't know if you can see them, but that's exciting. And then our okra plant is getting big. It's got a couple little baby okras. There's okra over there, and that one has 3 on there. I should probably harvest those soon. And then all the plants over there are, like, covered in this invasive vine. So that might be a project for later today. I'm not quite sure if we'll get there or not. But the baby is just enjoying her sweet time ripping up the grass. So... all our groceries. We've got some potato chips for tacos. No, we got some potato chips for burgers, and then burger stuff. We've got some Ezekiel bread, Solenskep, and then we have all of our juicing things, a bunch of apples, beets. And then our friend that's coming over is allergic to avocado. So these are our chips for tacos, nachos, and then these are his chips. Here's all our groceries.
Hello guys, I won. Thank you for coming on my group chat. What's up chat? I won the Catan, you know, haters gonna lie.